Okay. So in this part of our webinar, I want to talk about what to do if we find a source and we like it. So how can we judge, is it a good source? So our professors and the Writing Center here at Nightingale, we ask, yeah, but use good sources, okay? And so we want to think about, well, how do I know it's a good source? For most of your assignments here at Nightingale, you should be using academic database searches and not general website searches. Although maybe you might be using some newspapers for some specific courses or some other information. But for the most part, you should be sorting academic sources that are from peer-reviewed journals or from government organizations. And you should be using full text articles and not just the abstracts. So I want to talk a little bit about that. And I'll use this example here that I said I was interested in using this nursing inquiry, writing activities, and the hidden curriculum. Okay, so this is what I'm interested in using. I can see it's from Nursing Inquiry. That is a peer-reviewed journal. How do I know it's peer-reviewed? Well, because I know this article, but let me show you on ProQuest about this one. Remember, I clicked peer-reviewed, that's what I was interested in finding. Peer-reviewed means that in order for the articles to get published, the academic has to submit the paper to other professors who don't know that they are the ones who wrote it. Those other professors read it and give it critiques and grade it. Basically give comments and say, I agree with this is good research, or this is not. And it has to be approved or revised and then approved in order for it to appear in print. So that's what we want to do. We also want to be checking full text because we don't want to rely only on our abstract. Now, you might think, oh, an abstract has a little preview of everything. It's basically a summary of the research article. But it's not a summary. It really is a preview. So it might give some ideas about how the research was done and might, in some cases, give some highlights about the results. But one of the most interesting parts of an article for you as an undergraduate or graduate nursing student will be the discussion part of the paper. So I'm going to get to this one. And let's look at it. So I see I have the abstract here, but I can get a lot more information and a lot more specifics by looking at different parts of the article. I'm going to scroll. I apologize. I'll tell you when I'm done. Okay. So here, part 4 is the discussion part of the paper. Now, this is the part of the paper where the authors have to say, what did we learn and what can we do with this information? This is the part where they say the relevance and give more information and connect their findings to other research. It's a very good place in an academic journal to look for specifics to summarize or to add to your own paper from. I encourage you to look there. The conclusion is also a good place to look if you're trying to summarize, if you're trying to find a summary, and trying to look for what other kinds of things might be interesting. What do the researchers think should be done next, in kind of ideas. So we want to be able to look in the full text to really get an idea instead of just looking at abstracts. This may only be me, but when I'm reading a paper, I can tell when learners are quoting from abstracts instead of from papers. And it's not the best for our academic integrity either. Having specific facts from the full text helps you understand what's important to quote and cite in your own paper. From peer-reviewed journals or from government organizations like NIH or NCBI, those websites. A good place to find those are on PubMed. So that's what I want to share about how to judge a source, if it's good or not. And in the next part of our webinar, I'll be talking about AI and how we can use it.